Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and this is the GOOLOO Discovery 300 Pro. What this is kind of one of those new mid-class or mid-sized power stations. It's not really as big as, a big six-pack of your favorite beverage or even larger like a small suitcase. It's a smaller one, but definitely way more powerful than our standard little phone chargers we carry around. Now this thing can run AC. It's got 2 AC outs. It's got 3 USBs here. It's got a 12-volt circular here, USB-C, and then this is an input here, and then you control it with those 2 buttons. On the other side you've got a light. If I push that, turn it on. Second, I've got strobe. Third, I've got SOS, and then off. It does have a fan inside, so if you push it hard. Here's some specs. You can pause it, but I'm going to go into a couple of things here. Model number PB82, but let's look at this 230 watt hour battery here. I'll come back to those in a sec. What that means in terms of milliamp hours is what a lot of people want to know. So 230 watt hours, you multiply watt hours times 1,000, divide it by the voltage you're using. So if I'm charging with my USB port like on this Nightcore battery pack, which these are great by the way, this is actually a 5-volt in, so I take my 230 watt hours, multiply it times 1,000, 230,000, I divide by 5 because that's what my output voltage is, and I get 46,000. So this is a 46,000 milliamp hour battery compared to a 7,000 milliamp hour battery with this little Goal Zero, or a 750 milliamp for this little Nightcore battery. You can charge it with a brick, so I could use it as an inverter in a car. I could plug this in. In fact, that's where I'm going. I consider this my vehicle-based uninterrupted power supply, or UPS, and I've used it for 2 weeks like that. This is something that I could put in between my ignition in the vehicle and my electronics, which include obviously camera batteries, lighting, communications like cell phones, laptop, iPad, things like that. So what I can do is plug those into one end, plug this into the car, and then this charges when the car is running, and then this outputs non-stop. If you want to do AC stuff like through a transformer into your computer, this is pure sine wave, 110 volts, 300 watt hours max, which is plenty. Even the MacBook Pros are running 60 to 80 watt hours, if you really want to push those. But anyway, simple design. You've got 2 buttons, turn it on, you got your battery here. You can see I've got it up to 100%. I used it for 4 days and dropped it only to 60, and that was charging a phone every night and also usually a light, using it as a light because that light on the front end is quite handy. And then I can turn on the AC if I plug that thing in, and it works great. So what can I do with this? Obviously, small electronics, no power tools really, unless they're really lightweight ones. I tried it with a drill, an AC drill. It would spin it a little bit and then I'd get an error because it's just that's not what it's for. I've got bigger things to run those. You're not going to run a refrigerator. What this is either like a vehicle-based uninterrupted power supply or multiple phones, and multiple times too. Obviously most of these things we only run once, maybe 1.5, and this is dead and your phone's charged. But I do so much with small electronics. But things like this, little, lightweight, don't have to put it in a big case. Comes with the brick here if you want to charge it fast, which it is. Or you can charge it with USB-C. Does come with 1 cable if you're not already swimming in piles of cables. But many times I just want some quick power, top things off, and this fits nicely in a vehicle. So that's where the uninterrupted power supply idea comes from. So if I plug something in, maybe I want to charge my camera battery. It's terribly easy. Hit the button. This thing turns it on. Hit it again. I got my USB, so it's outputting this, and I can see my indicator light right there is red. So give it a little time, it'll charge up, and I'm good to go again. Yeah, you're wondering what that is, or you're gonna have to wait, but it is sure sweet. Anyway, so this is the GOOLOO Discovery 300 Pro. Give you the specs again. So we do have that DC input. We've got, let me start from the bottom here. DC out. We've got the USB 5 volt, 3 amp, or 9 or 12 out. We've got two USB-C A's, 5 volt out, 3.4 amp out. We've got two ACs, 300 peak, 600 max, or excuse me, 300 watts. Peak is 600, max in total 110, 60 pure sine wave. It should be that if you're using electronics. And then you've got the DC input for charging and the 230 watt hours. Simple design, nice, clean, dense, no extra moving parts, no fancy stuff, no things you don't need, and quite affordable. You can see the link on the Amazon, or for Amazon, or go to the GOOLOO site. But I've been using GOOLOO products now for several years and absolutely love them. They rank quite high in a lot of tests, but in this case, this is sweet. There you go. And with that, Doc out.